Great. Good morning, everybody. I'm Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads, and today's call is about Facebook and Google Ads. So I've been asking everybody as we're getting lined up here, and I'm going to ask again that what's your experience with Facebook and Google? And do you use our software to run ads on Facebook and Google? And so the thing is, we make it incredibly easy for you to have effective ads on both Facebook and on Google. But today I'm going to talk about a little more of a deeper dive into what's really happening there, because there are a lot of agents. I just spoke to an agent this morning who generates 30 to 40 leads every day from Facebook. And that's great. He knows what he's doing, and that's what's happening. But then I have other conversations with other agents, and they're like, yeah, I just tried this ad and I'm not getting anything. I'm getting clicks, but I'm not getting anything. And that's what I want to target, because what we do is we make it easy. And you might log in and think, okay, that's great. This is really easy. I've done it, and boom. But then you get no results, and that's a problem. And so I want to really address that so that you understand what you are trying to achieve and what you are not doing to achieve that. Okay. Now, Dennis here says, I want to do some targeting and demographic advertising. And that's awesome. We will talk about that. But if we're talking about Facebook, demographic targeting has been removed. Okay. And so if you get on my Facebook and Google classes, you will hear me talk about creating custom audiences. That is the answer, Dennis. All right. And for anybody here that wants to have any kind of targeting, you're going to need to buy that list of that leads group from somebody else. You're not going to be able to use Facebook for that. And you may not know this, but I'll just say it to everybody here. Facebook has been sued by HUD for illegal targeting on ads. And probably a lot of the things that you realtors are thinking of doing, you may not know it, is illegal. Right? And so lenders have made illegal ads, and realtors have made illegal ads. And as of September of last year, in 2023, the way that the lawsuit of HUD worked is they went to court. They said, this is what you got to do. But by September of last year, a lot of emails went out to a lot of realtors, and it was telling them, hey, you're going to have to change what's happening. And this was like all through September. And a lot of realtors started to freak out, right? What does this mean? Is the ability to run ads just going to be completely removed? And no, the ability to run ads is not being removed. But if you run an illegal ad through Facebook software, Facebook could be fined $100,000 per each illegal ad. And so a lot of realtors found themselves just getting kicked out of Facebook. And that is a problem. And that we don't really want to see any of our clients or any realtors, frankly, be kicked off of Facebook. It's just not really that useful. So targeting within Facebook can be a problem, right? So I'm going to dive into, we're going to get into really what the program is about here today. I want to talk a little bit about high level what we do. We are not just Facebook and Google ads. We have tools for print. We have tools to help you build out your farm markets. We have unlimited landing pages. We have 80 PDF guides. So our kind of thought here is realtors are either in two states. They have listings that they need to sell, or they don't have listings and they need some business. So wherever you are in that cycle of the business, we've got tools to help you. And yeah, there are a lot of tools. We often hear, oh, I'm overwhelmed by listings to leads. There's so much to learn. And that's why we have these classes. And so I don't know how you found us for this class, but this is leadgenwebinars.com. And I'll send it to everybody right now. And if you don't have this, you might want to, I recommend that you save this. It should be blinking in your GoToMeeting panel there. And sign up for these classes. I do three. There's Facebook and Google, top tools for more listings. I do a call for lenders, and I do a call for getting started, which is here's how you set up your account, things like that. Okay. We always do these live classes every week. We record every class, including this class is being recorded. And they're all right here. So if our schedule doesn't match your schedule, I highly recommend that you go find this channel, and I'll send this to everybody right now as well, and check out these classes. Because I'll tell you, of course, you're going to think I'm biased, but we have been doing this for 14 years, and I'm pretty sure I know all of the leading competitors that we have. And in my chats with people, and what I'm telling you is what I'm gathering from other agents who call me on a daily basis, we are far more competitive than every other platform that's out there. And a lot of the big ones like Zillow, and you can spend $500 or $1,000 a month kind of trying to get 10 to 20 leads. And I have those conversations too. And the ROI is questionable. Okay. That's the nicest way to put it. And so here, if you get on this channel, which I've sent to everybody, it's our videos channel on our YouTube channel, you will see all kinds of areas that you can focus on. You want to look at this. And I think you honestly should spend a few hours looking at what's going on here, and you will start to understand what we are doing. Because what we're doing is we're helping agents capture buyer leads, capture seller leads, help them be very competitive with their social media and have content go out so that they can just set and forget, and help them build their farm markets in so many ways. And yeah, you have to turn it on. And if you really want to grow your business, you're going to have to do things on a consistent basis. If you just want some automation to go off to feel good and make some cool things happen, cool, no problem. $60 a month, no problem. If you want your business to double or triple, you're going to have to do some things like run ads and use some of our important Facebook tools or print tools. Sorry. So let's get into it. And I'm going to go very quickly and should just talk to you at a high level about Facebook and Google. Okay. Now, a lot of people are chatting with me here on the questions, so feel free to put your questions or thoughts there. The first thing is you come to the ads page over here on the left and you connect to Facebook. Now, our Facebook software is embedded in the platform. So we actually have Facebook's ad software embedded in here. And we can tell by what you are doing. I'll show you in a moment what I'm talking about, what your goal is. We can tell if you want buyer leads and we can tell if you want seller leads. And so we change our call to actions, the language, to meet those needs, right? So that's the simplest way of thinking of it, right? So when you come here the first time, your page will not look like this. It'll have a big blue button that says connect to Facebook and another big blue button that says connect to Google. Once you connect to Facebook, you will see these two green buttons. From here, you can run Facebook ads, listing ads, landing page ads, PDF guide ads. And we're going to go in depth about here because this is really going to be the point of the class today is what you're actually doing, right? And I'm going to probably break it out on, sometimes I focus on, most of the times I talk about, here's what you do to get buyers. And then I talk about, here's what you do to get sellers. Okay. But that's not really what I'm going to do today. I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to say, here's what works and here's what's not working. And what's not working is, I know this from talking to agents, and that's why I want to share this with you so that you understand a little bit of the nuance of what is happening. Okay. What's really happening when you're running an ad. Okay. So Facebook will dive into that. Google is an add-on. Okay. So to use our Google software, it costs $30 a month. You're still going to need an ad budget. You're going to need an ad budget for Facebook or for Google. And I don't really recommend Google to agents unless they really want to more listings. Okay. And let me tell you why. Okay. Let's just get into the high level of Facebook versus Google. Now, Facebook, I know everybody today is talking about TikTok, right? And TikTok is great for, I don't know, Chinese people and teenagers, right? That's just throw that out there. But it's not really where adults hang out in the United States. What is it? I think it's 75% of American adults hang out for 40 minutes a day on Facebook. Okay. It might just be the time that it was launched, right? That people in that demographic have been using this, right? And you can see here's an ad from Shein, some Chinese clothing company, right? And then you see your friends and you see what they're eating and you see where they're vacationing and you see what music they like and you see the favorite things that you follow. This is so effective that it keeps American adults on this page. It's 75%. Keeps them on this website for 40 minutes. Now, what we're looking at here in the middle is called a news feed. Okay. And if you're on your smartphone, you can see this all the time, right? You just scroll through this all day long. So as you're running ads from our platform, when we say create a Facebook ad and we say create a listing ad and we say, oh, let's do an open house ad, right? Lead ads, leave it on lead ads, create ad. It's going to show you, we're going to write the ad right off the bat, right? Pretty easy. This works. Okay. We'll get it in a second. It's writing the text up on the right. Everything, all you're targeting is as good as it's going to get without getting you in trouble. I know a lot of people are coming on late. So one of the questions earlier was, how can I do targeting? How can I do demographic targeting? And I'll just give it to you plainly. It's been stripped out because it's illegal. And so you can't really do that. Now, I'm going to talk about custom audiences where you can work around that by using Facebook. You're not going to have that kind of super cool targeting you had 5 years ago. Okay. So this ad, as it is, as simple as I was talking and clicking buttons, it works. It's a $35 ad for 7 days. And buyer leads, if you're writing anything down, you want to write this down. Buyer leads on Facebook cost around $3 to $3.25 per lead. Okay, so if it's $3 and you're putting $35, divide 3 into 35, expect about 11 leads, 11, 12 leads, right? Something like that. The only thing I would tell you that you might want to customize, you can click in this box here where the text is. You might want to put, if it's got something unusual that we are not putting in, what is the problem with my mouse? Hold on. Keyboard. Oh, there we go. Maybe it's got a great school. Maybe it's got a wine cellar. Maybe it's got something that's not showing on that ad. Click on it there, type it there, and then you can publish it, right? And you don't need to hit retarget current leads. You're just going to have that, right? So that's simple. This works. And I'll tell you, when you run an ad on a home that is just listed versus run an ad on a home that's open house, the open house typically gets more leads. Okay. Yeah. And so Mita is asking, I just sold a house. What's the best way to run it? What's the best thing to do with that? When you're marketing a listing, okay, and this is the big answer, and everybody should get this. If you are marketing a listing, a single home, whether it's open house, just listed, or sold, and in Mita's case, it's sold. So let's do this. Leave it on lead ads. Always leave it on lead ads. Okay. I'm going to explain to you why when we get into the customization part. When we are doing this, you flip your home from active or open house to sold, it's going to say it's sold and that affects your home value. Click here to get your free home value. And I'm going to turn this off. We're not retargeting anybody. We're just going to publish, right? You might want to custom this and customize this. Now, sometimes this can work, but what makes this work even better is when you say, and obviously you want to be truthful, whatever the metrics are, sold above asking, multiple offers, 5 buyers looking, more buyers still looking. Because if I'm just scanning this and I own a home and I'm thinking about a home, these things would get me to pay more attention to what you're saying. If you sold it in a short amount of time, that's really important to let people know that you can do this quickly and get top dollar. That's the kind of customization I would do if I was running a sold ad. Okay. And when we're running a sold ad, remember how I said the buyer leads cost $7 each? Sold ads, because Facebook sets the price per lead, they know that listings are more important to you than buyers. So they're charging more for those leads. So when you're running an ad on a home that is sold, those leads cost $7 each. So if you're running a $50 ad, it's going to be, you're going to get 7 leads, 7 into 50, 49. That's what it is. Now here, while I've been talking, I'm running a pending ad. So if you run an ad on a property that is pending or under contract, not many realtors do this on Facebook, right? They don't know that they can do it and they just don't do it, right? Now, here is the important reason why I'm telling you this, because there's no competition for pending ads. These seller leads cost $2.50. They cost less than a buyer lead. And if you're using our default settings with lead ads, so you're getting pre-populated name, email, and phone number, you're getting 20 leads for $50, not 7, right? So you can decide, do you want to market homes that are pending or in a contract? Because you're going to get a lot more leads, right? So that's how Facebook. So we talked about marketing listings. If you're marketing a single listing, I don't recommend doing it on Google. There's only one exception. If you've got like some super awesome property, right? There are places, I used to live over in Delaware. There's a place called Greenville, and Greenville has like mansions that look like they're 100 years old. They're probably at least 100 years old. Mansions on 10, 20 acre lots. These are, in my perspective, from my perspective, pretty awesome. I might say, okay, now you can run an ad on Google and maybe there's some keywords that can work and try to compete. It would be difficult to do, but you might want to do that. That's the only time I would think of doing a single property on Google. If you've got single properties, go on Facebook. Now let's talk a little bit. I was saying like, hey, here's Facebook. And people spend 45 minutes a day here just scrolling. They're in line in Starbucks. They're driving their car looking at Facebook. And some of you are probably listening to me and looking at Facebook. Like, it's just that powerful. But the thing that you want to think about is, what is the number one website in the country? It is Google. Okay. And what the heck? Sorry, I got this thing here. It's Google, and 86% of all questions begin on this page. Okay. And okay, good. And a question that you want to be thinking is how to sell my home, right? It's going to be some question with those kinds of keywords, right? They're not looking for, people do come and say homes for sale near me, but you're going to be competing against Zillow and the other big portals like that. And people are looking for all the homes, not just one home. But like I said, if it's something super special, maybe you're selling an island with a home and a boat on it, or a yacht or a dock, that might be really, you could keyword that and get there. But here, what you want to think of Google is, people, when they want to sell a home, they have all kinds of questions. What are my taxes? What's the commission? What's it cost? How do I sell it myself? And that's when you compete on Google. Okay. But let me explain to you. Let me do an ad real quickly here, right? Let's do a landing page ad for Atlanta for instant home value. Okay. So you get unlimited landing pages. You create these and you go out and you type in Atlanta and $50 budget. Now I have created my, if I'm just going to click on view link so we see what's going on, people are going to see the ad. They're going to land on this page and you know what this does, right? So boom, all you got to do is click publish. That is, it does not get any easier than that if you want to compete on Google. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the cost of doing an ad just like this. Now, I don't have all the data points for every city in the country, but I can tell you this: in Dallas, Texas, to run a home valuation ad just like this with a Dallas landing page behind it, these leads cost $30 each. That's why we put a $50 budget a day right here. It's only 7 days. So you have exposure of $350, right? Over a 7-day period. And if they're charging you $30 a lead, you're only going to get one lead a day, and you're going to have $20 left every, day left over. And then they'll probably reapply it to the following day. So you'll get more leads. If you're running an ad like this in Western Pennsylvania, like the Reading area, those leads cost $22 each. And in Utah, they're about $17 each. And I've heard somebody say that they're $10 each for a lead on an ad like this with a landing page. If you're in Canada, in Vancouver, these leads cost $210 each in US dollars. Okay. So if you're running a $50 ad and they're charging $200 per lead, you're not going to get any leads. Okay. And I know there was one time where a realtor wanted to be on Google and he changed the daily budget to $10, right? And then he said, "Oh, I'm not getting any leads." And that's because the leads in his market cost over $20 each. So if you're not even putting in the minimum 20 bucks, you're not getting any leads, right? It's just, you're just running an ad and it's doing nothing. Okay. So that's how running ads work on Facebook and Google. Google is the number one website in the country, and Facebook is the number three website in the country. But the advantage of Facebook is, one, people spend more time there, and two, they're looking at whatever goofy stuff they're looking at, and there is going to be your ad, and maybe it's relevant, right? Maybe you got an open house, and maybe it's relevant at that moment, right? Here's something about a coffee brewer, right? Do I need that? No, but if I did, boom, shop right now, right? It's that kind of thing. It works like that, and so I think, does anybody not understand technically what buttons you got to do to create an ad? Because now I want to veer off on some of the problems that I see agents make, okay, and what they're thinking of doing. So everybody understands how you run an ad on Facebook, right? You run an ad on Google. I'm going to run one more on a landing page because this is really where things start to go haywire. I actually had a conversation with somebody this week who had run a new construction ad, right? And you would do it like this. We create a new construction landing page, lead ads, and you just create an ad, right? And let me go see if I can, knowing me, I've probably already customized my landing page, but let's go look at it. So the landing pages, we give you 3 right off the bat. Free home values. It doesn't look like that. It looks very generic. And we give you this down payer assistance. And then we give you this one. Now you can create unlimited landing pages, and you should be creating at least a handful of landing pages. Property Valuation Plus is the instant home value landing page. Okay. And let's look at the new construction, because I literally had this conversation this week, and I think we can all learn from it. Okay. So here, can the no, you can't change the kind of drop down. So let's get back here. This is a little more important than what you're asking there, Josephine. So let's try to just follow along. This is a customized page. And this is what I really want to get to is when we create a landing page, let's see if I can uncustomize this, and maybe that'll help us. Video. We got a third-party video in the background here, and that's going to make that look just really good. But I actually don't. I want to show you what things look like when we're just going out. And let's go here. Image. Yeah, so we got an image there. That's what it looks like. It doesn't have that clock, but if you click custom page content, I'm going to turn it off. And normally, without that, let's look at it. You notice how it says new constructions and Del Boca Vista. That's because I customized this look before, but I want to show you what it looks like in its default form. Okay. And then I'm going to explain to you what this person was doing and saying, "Oh, I'm not getting any leads," because learning how to do it the right way is cool. Doing it the wrong way is just a waste of time and money. So you get a landing page that looks just like this, right? This is for new construction. And you might think, yeah, I want to run an ad and get people that want to buy new construction. But you don't want to go out like this. And I think he was actually running the ad on Google. So he was running the ad on Google. Let me show you how he ran it. And let me just, it's a live, let me make sure I'm saving this. So he's running the ad, and he's doing it technically the right way. And then he's saying, I'm getting a lot of clicks, but I'm not getting anybody on it. Okay. Like, I'm not getting any leads. I said, okay, what are you doing? So let's go look and let me show you what he was doing, because what I don't want is for any of you to be running ads and not getting leads, right? That's just not a good experience. So he had a landing page. He used our default new construction landing page and click create a landing page ad. And this, so here, let's go new construction right there. It's it right there. Create ad. And we write everything, right? It's all done. There's a lot more that is required and let's just put Orlando, right? Orlando. And this is what literally what people are doing. They're going, "Oh, I want more construction. I want new construction leads, so I'm going to do that," right? Now, if you don't have to do this, but just so we understand, we have keywords here. We have keywords that we're putting in here about new construction and homes for sale. So if any of those words are typed in, this could show up on page 1 of Google. And if I'm sitting in Orlando and I see this ad because it looks like this over here on the right, let's click on view link and see what's going to happen. I'm going to land right on this, looking pretty generic, right? Now, I don't know what homes look like in Orlando, and I don't know, but this is like this kind of design of home is fairly modern. And so if that works, great. But what doesn't work is I have went on Google and I did a search, and now I'm looking at this and it's not speaking to anything that I know. Okay. So I live in a small town called Lafayette, and I can tell you just 10 minutes away are a number of big developments being built out, right? In a town called Concord, right? Now, you could say, "Hey, I want to go talk to a builder," and just say, "Hey, can I market one of your homes and try to get you some buyers?" And a lot of builders want to do that. They're like, "Absolutely, go ahead. Here's some pictures. We'll give them to you." You can customize this. And that's when you saw me change it, it said something about Del Boca Vista, right? Like whatever the name of the development, you might want to put that on there. You might want to show a model home from there, right? Or maybe let's go back to the landing page section. In Concord, which is where all these developments are coming, there are multiple developments, big swaths of land where all these mansions are being laid out. So you saw me deconstruct this page. Let's make a change and let's say, "Hey, I'm going to add some custom page content." And instead of what I had there, which I don't remember what happened, but oh yeah, I had a kind of a timer. I'm just going to say really easy, new builds in Concord, right? And let's go here. I'm going to say 5 new development. Let's do, this is the bullet point here, right? 5 new developments. I have to know how to spell though. And you do too. And then name them, right? And whatever the names are, right? And Harbor, whatever, right? All the fun names that you see all over the country. And so if I make that bullet point on the right and I click save, it's going to put bullet points on the left of the lead capture form. Okay. And you can all right away see maybe that white area isn't working with that background picture. So maybe you want to make sure that's working, right? And you can customize, I think, style and colors will form background text. Maybe this is going to be better if I make it white or black. That's what, you want to customize things. And that's even affecting the letters in the right, not in the left. Anyway, this is how you customize and work with it. And what I want to really make sure you guys understand is running out with our generic pages will not always work. And that's a big, important point. Let me show you this. So free home values, your page every one of you gets free home values. And it doesn't look like that. Let's look at this image. And that image, I hate to remove it. I'm not going to remove it because we look at this a lot when we're doing our presentations. Let me show you what that page looks like. Darn it. Oh, let's see here. I can do that. I'm going to see if I can get to it. The point is that when we create these pages, they look really generic. Here's one. Here's another generic look. When you create a landing page, it looks like this. Hey, what the heck? Oh, he bought a URL and he's pointing it there and it's not working. So this is generic too. And this is what the landing page comes right out of the bat. You got a coffee cup, you got a piece of paper and a laptop. Everybody has that. But if you're launching this out somewhere and they don't know who you are, yes, this is being recorded. It'll be on our YouTube channel, like I said when we started the call. When you are putting something out on the internet or on paper or in it's online or in print, and you're not standing there looking at them. They don't know who you are. So are they signing up for a national spam campaign? They don't really know that. And so really establishing trust is what that background picture is. And sometimes that could be a skyline. Often that can be a restaurant, or it can be a landmark or a school or something. I don't really recommend this. I know Scott likes these kinds of pictures. I don't recommend putting a photograph of a home on a page where you're offering a free home value, right? Unless every home in that area looks exactly the same. It's really more of a landmark to let people know that you know their area. Let me give you an example. At Diner, I rolled out Coldwell Banker years ago in Summit, New Jersey, and that's a small town too, right? That's 2,000 people in New Jersey, right? Their number one home valuation landing page when they're running ads was the one with the picture of the Summit Diner in it. Now, why would that be the number one, right? If Summit Diner, Summit, New Jersey, right? This is the place where everybody hangs out and has their coffee and their bacon and eggs and all that. And you're trying to ask people their home address and their contact information, and they don't know who you are, right? And so there are plenty of agents that are like, okay, I just created this page. I'm going to go out and run an ad. And oh, I don't have any leads. Why is that? Right? Can you put video behind the page? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And that's what when we came here the first time, there was a video right behind this page. So when you click edit, it's just click edit on this one. There's kind of two ways of doing video. Right here, it says background. So you can put an image, which that's what I was saying, put a really popular restaurant. They're going to know that you know their area, right? If you click this button where it says video, you can paste into YouTube video, and it's going to replace this image and just have a big old video. Sometimes drone videos work there, right? If you type in whatever town you're in, because drones is little flying things with cameras, that's a very popular kind of hobby. And if you type in your city, like Josephine, what city are you in? You just type in drone video in your city, right? And there will be probably a half dozen people creating videos of these really cool things. And you can say, hey, can I give you $50 for that? Yeah, Naples, I guarantee you there are going to be drone videos, right? And you can literally just email them and say, hey, can I borrow that, or can I pay you something so that I can use that? And then if they say yes, you just go right up here and copy the link, and you go over to, let's just let this ad go a little bit, and you go into our system and paste it in, right? When we're on landing page, you can paste that YouTube video right here, and it would replace this picture with that. I don't recommend that. I prefer to see it where there's this tab that says custom page content down here. And this is where we can add bullet points like I was doing. And you can also put in your video right here. And if you paste in the video here, you see this box, that's the form box. The video will be in its own separate box right over here. So you can have a picture and the video there. Either way is going to work, right? Either way is going to work. This is really important also if you're talking about a market, right? Let's say we're doing like in Naples, right? Josephine's over in Naples. You might have a smartphone that you can hold out, or you got one of those cameras, and you just are walking and talking in the neighborhood saying, hey, this is what's going on in Naples right now, right? 100 homes is sold. The high is here. This is what's going on. And you just give the market trends, and you have that right there. And then you can say, hey, if you fill out the form to the right, we'll get you an instant home value. And if you need help, we'll help you. That's why you need to customize things. Now, in that case, and let's just say time out, and let's just stop a moment, because we're all getting excited, and I'm excited about telling you how to customize your stuff, right? So when you do, that's because you are going to drive people to the page. And again, when you're running ads on Google, all of these ads work that way. And Josephine is asking, can you apply a custom audience to Google? So far as I know, no, you cannot do that. You're really targeting by keywords, right? That's how you're targeting. And that's what it is. When we target with custom audiences, it's with Facebook. But I want to stop everybody for a second. When we are running ads on Google, they are all ads that are driving traffic. Okay. You're using keywords, you're paying for it. And when people click on the ad, they are landing on whatever tool you're using. It might be one of our PDF guides, it might be some landing page that you customized, but it's going to drive people from one page from Google to that page. And that's why I'm talking about customizing, because literally I had a guy I talked to this week, and it's not the first conversation. It was like, you know what, I have to discuss this because it's not clear. It's not evident for people. And I want to make sure that you understand this. When we run an ad for a landing page, any landing page, don't go out there with our default settings if you really wanted to. It can work here. So FSBOs are like our FSBO landing page. Here's a San Antonio FSBO page. Look at the tool and see what it's offering, right? And I'm gonna do a FSBO one. And so this says selling a FSBO, and let's just say San Antonio, because I think it says San Antonio. So our FSBO landing page is actually gonna answer the question, right? And so if somebody says, how do I sell my home myself? Guess what? We have all the keywords built in automatically, right? So we're making it incredibly easy for you to have a successful ad. If I click on view link, we're looking at the page. This is actually speaking to FSBO people right now. Selling your San Antonio home on your own, get some free marketing tools. Bang, yeah, I want that. Yeah, I want that, right? This is what you're driving them to. I want these tools. What's your contact info? There you go. That works. If I'm instead saying, hey, can I have your information and your address and all that, and I'm driving people to a page like this, you might not have very good success. You most likely won't. That's the whole point of why I'm telling you this, why I'm going far in this. But let's say that you super customize any of our landing pages, right? You make it really, you do all the things that I'm describing, and you make it custom, and you maybe got a video, or maybe you got some bullet points. And then you go to Facebook and you say, now I want to run that ad on Facebook, right? On that landing page, right? And I'm going to say, okay, what landing page is it that I want? I'm going to say it's the one that I customized. And let's just imagine that I customized that Atlanta one, and I had a bunch of like details in there. Notice that I have the option here of traffic or lead ads. This is really important. If you're distracted, you need to hear this very clearly. Traffic means we're going to send people, when they click on it, to the page. And the page is going to ask them, hey, what's your address? What's your email? They're going to have to type that in. Okay. I don't know how long you've been doing any kind of advertising like this. When you ask people questions like that, you often get the wrong answer. Okay. So that's what happens when you drive traffic. Even if you customize the landing page and you make it look super awesome, right? It's going to drive there, and you better hope that page is so compelling that they're going to be so excited to give you their accurate name, email, and phone number. But I will tell you this. I don't think, if you feel, my email is vince@listingstoleads.com. If you feel like you want to do a traffic ad, send me your page of what you're planning to do. And I will look at it and tell you, I don't think so. Here's why I'm telling you to use lead ads. Let's create the lead ad. So we got an Atlanta landing page. It's going to take the picture that you put in the landing page and put it there. So that looks good. Let me back up here real quick. I forgot to do this. Whenever you're running a home valuation landing page ad, it's going to ask you the zip code. And you can just type in the zip code. I don't remember the zip code over there, but I'm just going to put in whatever zip code you type in, it's going to pull the sales that happened. So 16 homes sold in Atlanta in January. The high was here. Okay. That's going to affect your home value. You can customize this, right? You can put in some other things if you want, but that's a better ad than just a generic kind of ad, because now it's saying, oh, this is what's going on, right? All you have to do is type in Atlanta and boom, there you go, right? So that's working. Now, if I had drove people to the landing page, would ask me, what is the address? And I had this call just this week with somebody. He's like, all I'm getting is addresses. All I am getting is addresses. I'm not getting any contact information. Why is that? That's because if I type in my address on your landing page and I click get the value estimate, let's just look at how these pages work. And this, we're assuming that we've driven traffic to the page. It's going to say, yeah, we got the information. Please give us your email address. No way. No way. I'm not giving you I'm leaving this page. And this guy was running an ad last week, and he said, I've got all kinds of addresses. I do not have any contact information. And that's why I'm telling you on Facebook not to run a traffic ad. Because when you run this ad and you leave it on lead ads, if I click on this ad, this little form if I click on it, if I go to Facebook and I see it sitting there and I see this ad and let's see here. And it opens up and it says, do you want that information? There's only one answer, yes. And your name, phone number, and email are sitting right there. Okay. And it's pulled from their profiles. Okay. And that's the thing. They're not getting we all need our accurate name, email, and phone number, because if we ever get locked out, or if they're trying to do a security check and you have the wrong phone number, then they're not going to text you and you're locked out. So these tend to be very accurate. That's why our clients love using our stuff, right? I just told you earlier in the call, this guy's generating 30 leads every day with our system. And you wouldn't be doing that if you couldn't follow up with those leads. That's why lead ads are so important. So no matter what you're doing on Facebook, I recommend that if it's a PDF guide or a landing page or a listing, that you are always using the lead forms. I'm gonna do a PDF guide here, and we're not going to go in deep detail. There are 80 PDF guides. 40 of these are for buyers, and 40 of these are for home sellers. And you can market them all kinds of ways on the PDF guide page, but we're looking at the ad section here. So I'm going to just do 5 dangers of overpricing. I'm going to click create an ad. I want lead ads because I want those pre-populated name, email, and phone number. And I'm going to click create video. Okay. So here we just have to type in whatever town we're targeting, right? We're going to talk about Concord here in a moment. We need to talk about custom audiences. So we've jumped on a lot of topics here today, and we're jumping around a little bit, but I think it's really important that you understand how you get name, email, and phone numbers. Because if you run an ad to a page, and even if it's like fancy and it's got a picture, and all you have is the address, what do you think is going to convert faster? You having a simple address or you having a name, email, and phone number? I think you can convert the lead with the name, email, and phone number. You can say, hey, I see you want your home value. Can I get your address? But if you have only their address, what are you going to do? There's some options. You could door knock, you could drop things off, but that conversion is going to be slower. Okay. So that is why I'm telling you, focus on traffic on Facebook, or not on traffic, focus on lead forms, right? No matter what you're doing. And if you feel like I want to run an ad on Facebook and I want to do traffic, I welcome you to send that landing page or whatever you're going to point to me and say, hey, what do you think? Vince@listingstoleads.com. Let's talk about another big deal here. And you don't know, I live in Northern California, and I'm in kind of an area where there's a lot of small towns around, right? And one of those small towns is Concord. Cute little town. Let me just type in my zip code again, and I'm going to leave it on lead ads because I like name, email, and phone number, and I'm going to click create an ad. Here is the other big mistake. This is to get listings. Here's the other big mistake that so many agents do. And this can work sometimes, and a good amount of times it doesn't work. I'm just going to type in Concord, right? I got a page. That little picture there is of the little park in the middle of town. Everybody knows that. So that kind of speaks to it. Here's the sales. So that works. I type in Concord. This should be good. These leads, however, just so you know, from home valuation landing pages, they cost $15 each. Remember how I told you could run a pending ad on a home that's pending and you'll get leads for $2.50? These are $15. So for the same $50, instead of getting 20 leads, you're going to get 3, right? So if you're doing that and you only are going to get maximum 3, but you haven't really had this class and you don't know what is really going on, you might get 0. You could very easily get 0 leads. And let me show you why. I don't know where you guys live, right? Well, I know somebody there is from Tampa, right? Or not Tampa, but what do you call that? Naples, right? But in Concord, you may not know Concord, right? So let's go look at Concord real quick so that you can understand what your area, your geographic area looks like and why Facebook is not helping you out, right? This is the last kind of big topic, and then we're going to just open it up for questions. So if you have questions, feel free to lay them on me. This area right here where I'm moving my mouse, that is Concord, California. There's about 30,000 people in there, okay? And this map right that we're looking at now is about a 15-mile radius of Concord. So there's 30,000 people living here. There's about 500,000 people living all over here. So my ad is not really very effective at targeting the people I want to get. Does that make sense? Now, I don't know where you live. If you live in Elko, Nevada, there's 5,000 people there. It's in the middle of nowhere. 15-mile radius is not going to be a problem for you. So you got to understand what's going on with targeting. What if you go to page 2 and your custom landing page and select FB to capture their contact? Any feedback on using that option if you run traffic? So no, you can't run traffic and use Facebook lead forms, Delisa. Do you understand? So here, yeah. So pay, and that's a good question. So she's saying, hey, what if I customize? Here's what a lot of people think they can do. And maybe this will answer for you. Like, hey, I want to do custom. And on page 2, I'm going to require name, phone number, and email. It's just required, right? And so if you land on it, you got to give it to me. No, the answer is not, no, you got to give it to me. Here's the reality. Click. I just close your page and go away, right? There are a lot of agents who will customize the forms here and say, I don't want the address. I want the address and the email and phone number, and I'm going to require it. You can do that inside listings to leads. And that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to explain here. When you're customizing, what are you after, right? And that's why I'm telling you, hey, if you get their name, email, and phone number, Delisa, and there's something really valuable on page 2, email it to them. That's the beginning of the conversion. But here, let's talk about this. You now know that Concord, Facebook is just crippling you, right? They're just like, they're not letting you target. You used to be able to literally type in the zip code of Concord and click in advanced options, homeowners in Concord. And then Facebook was incredibly powerful. But HUD has sued them, and you can't do that anymore. So what do you do to make Facebook work? You don't use this targeting in location. You create a custom audience and you say retarget that. Now, I don't have a custom audience for Concord homeowners, but I'm going to show you right now how you do that. So you name it, you call it Concord homeowners, or you call it Naples homeowners, you call it whatever you want of that targeted list. You can buy those lists from Remine, from List Source, I think RedX. Your title partners often have a software program where they can just download all that. I know there's a team we work with in Dallas. They have 3 lists of 10,000 homeowners each, all with equity of more than 5 years. And they just hammer those lists. And they're like, yeah, this is our business. Like, we want more listings. These leads on Facebook cost $30 each. No, on Google, they cost $30 each. And we just hammer Google and we get more leads from those lists. Like that's what real listing business is going to require. So if you go over to the ads page in our system, there's a blue button that says create custom audience. If it's not showing, that's because you haven't clicked the settings and made that happen. But that is available for everybody. It's just part of the package. And I have to refresh this. I don't know why it's giving me some grief. No, that's not okay. Is there an option to select Facebook to capture leads? Yes. Yes, Delisa. That's what I've been talking about for, I think, a half hour. We'll do this one more time. So you threw me oh, yeah, okay. So here, let's finish the custom audience, and we'll run one more ad for Delisa. Right here is custom audience. Name it whatever you want. Naples homeowners, Orinda, Concord homeowners, right? It's got to have minimum 1,000 leads. Okay. 1,000 people long. This is the format, and this is really important. When you buy a list from whatever company that you're going to buy it from, that list is going to have 1,000 leads, maybe more, maybe 10,000, but it's going to have 20 columns of data, right? It's going to have all kinds of bedrooms and stuff. When you upload it into our platform, it needs to have those 4 columns with those 4 headings. Okay. And if it has more, it's just not going to work. Unfortunately, we're not going to tell you it's not going to work. It's our fault for not saying, hey, too much information, whatever. You need to know it's got to have only 4 columns, and it's got to have those titles, and then you pop that information in. And these lists will live, you're going to import it, they're going to live in your Facebook account. So even if you stop working with us, you will always be able to use those. Now, I've sat on the phone and worked with really experienced techie realtors and watched them do a custom audience inside Facebook. It took a half hour, right? It was because it's the ugliest. It's just insane. You can do it here in probably 5 minutes. Just get the list and get it in this format, import it, boom, it's done. And it'll be yours forever. Let's go back and let's do a landing page ad on Orinda, another small town adjacent to me. Lead ads. Again, this is how we're getting, Delisa, I think, was asking on the second page of the custom lead. Yeah, I understand now. I understand what you're saying. This is when we're working on Facebook, not on Google, use lead ads, always. And instead of, I've got a landing page for Orinda. We'll get to your question in just a minute, Delisa. I'm going to target Orinda. And there's a picture of the Orinda Theater. It's 70 years old, so everybody knows that. So it's relevant, right? I could have put in the zip code and be pulling in the stats. And I'm not going to target Orinda here because it's going to be all over the place and shooting 500,000 people that don't live in Orinda. I'm going to type in my custom audience, Orinda homeowners, right? That's how you make Facebook work for seller lead generation. Now, what Delisa was asking, and I was totally confused. This here, let's see if I can, let's go to landing pages. She is noticing an option where we can customize that says use Facebook registration, right? And what that means is, let's see if I can go, let's go to page 2. What that means is here we can do lead form fields. And here I can say, hey, use Facebook, send the information now. So that's actually Facebook registration. Okay. And then phone number here is optional. So you see the phone, it's optional. When you click this button though, and it's saying it's Facebook registration, Facebook will only grab the name and email. Okay. They won't grab the phone number. So again, what do you think, how are you going to convert the lead? Can you convert faster with name and email or name, email, and phone number? If you're doing ads on Google, it's all traffic. That means they're not giving you the name, email, and phone number of who's clicking on the ad. So it's all going to be traffic, and you can test it. You can say, hey, you know what? I want to use Facebook. Or you could say, I don't want to use Facebook, right? I'm going to just put my forms in, and they're going to have to type it in. But that's the nature of it. That's what that actually means, Delisa. Okay, on page, yeah. So let's go, Josephine. Josephine, what and talk? It seems like I'm doing a lot of what you should, but I know I'm missing the touch. Let's say, why don't you email me, Josephine Vince at listingstoleads.com. We'll get on the phone because I've been talking for 61 minutes and people have business. So this call has been recorded. I hope this helped you. It's a little more convoluted, but there's a lot of things I just hate to see our clients making mistakes and wasting their time and money. So if you're going to think about what you're doing, what you're driving people to, are you driving them to something super generic? Because that doesn't really work in really any marketing. Okay. So Yeah, if you have questions, you're welcome to email me, vince@listingstoleads.com. We do have a great support team. They can help you as well, but I'm around and it's a little bit quiet today. So yeah, just let me know and we'll see what we can do. All right, everybody. I hope this helps. It'll be on the YouTube channel. It'll be on our videos page. So if you have not found our videos page, I'll send it to you one more time right now. I highly recommend you spend a few hours there, even though I know nobody likes to watch videos. This platform can literally help your business grow, even double, even triple. We've seen it. But the only people whose business doubles and triple are the people who know how to use our platform. And you know how you can learn that right on this page. So everybody, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have a great week and lean on support if you have questions of what we got going here. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.